And welcome back, Saints, to game two of St. Clair versus Stockton University on Clubhouse. So we're gonna get right into the banning phase now. Going with the Thatcher first, not surprising on Clubhouse, definitely, followed by a Habana. Definitely some bigger picks here. What are you expecting coming from the side on defense bans?
Okay, so this is pretty standard from what we usually see from St. Clair. You see Habana a lot on Clubhouse, especially for, I believe it's CCTV, or that specific site, if I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it correctly. Cade, not too surprising as well. Oftentimes you'll see either a Cade or a Bandit for the balcony holds, and just getting rid of one of them, forcing the other, makes it so much more predictable in regards to dealing with that balcony itself. So it makes sense, and I wouldn't be surprised to see actually, I was a little bit too little too late, but this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Of course, St. Clair just straight up doesn't like Mira, so taking that off the board as well. Fair enough,
Yeah,
fair enough.
two very big bands coming from St. Clair, the Mira and Thatcher. Thatcher being one of the bands they don't want to deal with, even if they're attacking first. And Maverick, the zombie dude's picking, is pretty much better than what Thatcher can do, to be honest. Maverick trick the wall with they go CCTV first, and then it's just clear as Ophia impact on it, and they're in sight, basically. So it's going to be, as long as Maverick doesn't get one tap through the wall while he's clearing it, it should be an easy sight take for them.
I mean, that CCTV site is something that every competitive Siege player at this point probably has practiced and beat to death, basically. You know how to hold this site if you're competitive in the slightest.
Yeah, definitely. They really looking to keep this wall. They're not actually even looking to electrify with a bandit. They're instead opting to mute jam it. Simply, I guess they feel like it's just better to mute jam it rather than take a bandit on it.
I mean, they have to
Making
make
it,
sure that it's not too predictable, however. We did see Mito Nemo did have it on pretty much dead center to the wall, and I like that he went to go pick it back up because time and time again, we would just see like Zombie Dude walk over with the Maverick, put the tiniest little hole just dead center at the very bottom, and just take a look. Hey, is there a mute jammer here? Okay, one tap, it's gone. Now you can breach for free. And
yeah,
thankfully switching it up at least.
it doesn't look like Stockton actually reinforced the construction wall there. So it may just be a free entry for them. But I think they may have actually. It looks like St. Clair's just opting to go buy it. But Impact getting that Claymore down for any runouts from Garage. And they already took out that mute jammer, like you said. Just a little pop in the middle there, take it out, and open to the wall.
Yep,
That's St. Clair into sight.
That's all you need, whether it's the bandit battery or whether it's a mute jammer. Just the slightest little poke and you're A-OK and good to go. That's why Cade is just so much better on that site, so it was a solid ban to get rid of that. Big Papa going to be the first casualty, however. Hello, Universe, picking up the Legion to start things off and finding the first elimination of the entire game.
Yeah, and Universe just finding these picks onto St. Clair members from almost halfway across the map, really. Catching him in when he entered that garage, I believe. That's going to be Big Pop on the Ash going down.
He's probably just prone, just hanging out up top, and he's going to find himself another. Finds Impact. Takes him down. Quick little headshot. So nicely done there from Legion. Finally going to be going down. That being said, though, Solid going to go 1-for-1 here with Zombie Dude as they both just dink each other off with headshots. Actually,
Yeah, definitely.
none.
I think it was Solid just taking him out completely. No damage done back. And it looks like this may be in favor of Stockton unless Kira and Charles can find a way into sight and take it, but
Yeah,
I don't think they know that there's one on catwalk, so Char's walking in may just get blown up again like the other two members have.
yeah, this one doesn't look too promising for this side of St. Clair. Like you're saying, we just see the He's on the catwalk. Granted, has been pinged out, so Char's knows as soon as he turns his corner, he's probably going to be in a battle, and he's not going to get the best of it as of right now. Basically knocked down to about a quarter of his health, trying to make that happen.
It's gonna be a nice nade coming in. I'm gonna force the Jaeger, but he still gets the kill onto the sledge, and it's gonna be just round 1 going over to Stockton.
Very clean CCTV hold here for the side of Stockton. The 2 early frags there from Universe really got the ball rolling, making that Legion work for him. And then the rest of the team was able to follow up nicely very shortly after that. Saints, I don't even think could really even enter the building, period, to make something happen that time by. And now they're going to have to some better luck at the church.
Just entered garage, and 3 members got picked off in the same angle from either Universe or Solid, I believe. And now, interesting, they're actually opting to go for gym and bedroom over Arsenal downstairs.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
They're actually going to take the Goyo. Very interesting.
I was so excited to see the Frost for a second here. I'm a dirty Capcan and Frost main, okay? I like my traps, and it did not quite, I don't get to see them very often in competitive play. I got excited for a second, but
I mean, Goyo's the next step for that trap, you know? He got the makes
That's
it even
fair.
better with the explosive fire barrel.
The thing is he costs way more renown than those other 2 operators.
If you bought the season pass, you get it for free.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough, fair enough.
But yeah, it looks like they're setting up a standard site here with the castle. Barricade off everything inside of gym. Just have one little rotate hole from the bedroom.
Just say, I feel like I see a lot of castle here.
Yeah, castle's really good given when you choose a site, just because of there's too many windows and doors to cover as one team, so really need to make them take use of the barricades. And it looks like Universe is still holding on to 2 of his ADSs, and looks like he's maybe placing one inside of that cash room, from what I could see where he last was. And it looks like Sinclair is going to instantly get right to work and breach this gym window that's been barricaded.
I mean, they got so many breaching rounds, breaching charges. They have plenty of ways to do it through those castle charges, but as long as Big Papa stays alive, that is.
Yeah, and they're looking to also get through onto this hot tub balcony. And they're having a trouble finding the mute jammer this time around. But Big Papa is going to spot 2, possibly 1 or 2 in the bathroom there. It looks like he only spotted the smoke. And they're finally going to get that mute jammer on hot tub and breach that wall.
Yeah, gonna finally get things going in that regard. Crazy how just moving the jammer just ever so slightly away from center or putting it in an awkward spot can just stall things out just that much longer. So good little adjustment there from Meter Nemo.
Yeah, it looks like Kira is just playing really far back, and it's going to be Char's picking up Sir Headlight on the first frag of the round, catching him off in bathroom, I believe. That's going to open up Zombie Dude to enter from hot tub. And Kira finally finding that Jaeger, but he's going to pick him off on the rappel. What a shot.
Barely by a thread.
You hear that, the proximity alarm going off. That's going to be Solid, I believe, picking, not Solid, Universe picking off 2 players now. Oh, my mistake, the mute peeked the server room. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-on-4.
Yeah, so you got your, you did bring Breach, and now they're both gone. You have the slow Breach, I guess, if you include the Maverick in this situation, as well as the rounds from Zofia. So they've had a lot, and of course, I guess there's still a little bit of damage they can do here, but can they keep themselves alive to actually make it happen? As they crawl and crawl closer to the site to try and make something go down. Ripley going to be the next casualty here as Impact finds him. However, Impact definitely taking a lot of heat for it. That being said, though, Char's trying to make the plants here. Is it going to stick? It looks like he's going to be able to get it down to at least force the hand of Stockton University. As Saints try to take a post-plant position, Impact's going to get knocked down. Can't bring yourself back up anymore. And it's going to be down but not out. Basically just a drone at this point here for his team until he gets finished off. Char's going to drone in. Zombie Dude going to just try and cover. Somebody on the side of Stockton, however, by the bomb, trying to make something happen. Char is going to jump on in right at the right time, though. Double headshot to confirm those kills. Keep it down to Universe, which Zombie Dude actually does have him spotted. 10 seconds left to go. This one's actually looking pretty promising here for St. Clair. At some point, Universe just has to go for it. And it's not going to be the case. Zombie Dude going to find him, and St. Clair going to take this one back here at the gym.
Yeah, and that's really big on Chars there to get that plant down and then get 2 headshots following it. Huge. And it looks like we're going to have a pause on a sound issue.
Yeah, sometimes sound bugs definitely do mess things up. So we're going to have ourselves a very quick pause in a moment. Yeah, let's throw it back to us here at the commentary desk while we figure out what's happening there. It looks like Big Papa had himself a bit of a sound issue, so a quick little fix there should not take too much longer. He's just going to disconnect, reconnect to the match as soon as possible. But pretty decent start for both teams to start things off here. CCTV looked absolutely fantastic for the side of SU, but then it was a bit of a scrappy one going towards the second floor gym, but the Saints were able to figure that one out in the end. And I'm curious, as it looks like the basement is going to be the next location of interest here for Stockton University if they do end up sticking to this, which is where I thought they were going to go during the second time, because I feel like that's a more light site compared to the second floor gym.
Yeah, definitely more of a common sight going that church, but one thing I like the point is that if they stick with it, they have the vigil picked here for the side of Stockton. If they stick to that, it's going to be huge, a huge denial for St. Clair. They're going to have to deal with that vigil not roaming around, not being able to see any drones or anything.
Absolutely, and also it's Universe playing that vigil. If there's anybody that I don't want to see getting super aggressive, it's probably going to be Universe if I'm on the side of St. Clair. And it looks like just double checking to see if everybody's ready. It looks like we do have everyone back in the lobby. Big Papa has returned. So hopefully all of that sound problem was a-okay all figured out. So we hop ourselves back into the game. Sure enough, unless this gets 6 picked over, Vigil will be sticking around.
And I really do like this vigil pick, especially on church, because you want to have that person roaming around. You don't want to just have everyone stuck to that site on church and arsenal, because it just turns into this bloodbath of people above you taking you out and stuff. And it looks like the vigil's going to stick this time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Universe is going to have himself a rolling game.
Is there a certain spot that you want to hide if you're the vigil in this situation, or you're just kind of like crawling around?
For the vigil, you really don't need to hide that much because you're just immune to drones, so you can really just rotate wherever you please. And it looks like the way he's setting up, he's going to be sitting in the logistics office in the 3rd floor, so he has a clear view over this kitchen hatch, which is a common spot for roamers, so they can either shoot out whoever is breaching or impact trick it. And it was more common when Thermite was more prevalent around and was always Thermite tricking and stuff. But with Ace, it's going to be a bit harder because he has to use 2 of his gadgets just to clear any hatch. So a bit of a downside for St. Clair running the Ace if they're going to try for hatches, but they do have the Maverick on the side to open hatches as well.
Hoping they've made some adjustments from before. I know they used to attack this site specifically via hatches, and to the point where it felt like they were just jumping into a meat grinder. They would wait for like the last 20 seconds, but then they wouldn't really necessarily split up or anything like that. So it was really awkward before. Granted, that was a couple weeks ago. They've had plenty of time to make those proper adjustments here, especially here on Clubhouse, where it is so commonly played. I'm sure you figured something out by now. Saints look to move forward underground and going through the building, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's actually fairly bad for the Vigil right now because he's stuck inside of kitchen and he blew that hole up above the logistics office. So he's just going to tank frag grenades and damage There's actually going to be impact going down to Universe. Or Solid, my mistake. And Universe and Solid both being taken out at the same time.
Yeah, that Vigil pick did not necessarily go in the favor of Stockton, as player advantage now goes into the favor of St. Clair. Hello, Nitro Cell. There goes Kira, taken off the board nice and quick after Ripley catches him walking through.
Yeah, it's going to be Hatch going in the favor of St. Clair and going wide open. And it looks like Zombie Dude's maybe going to try and get into dirt here, creating a small little hole for him to go through. But St. Clair evening the score out, and it's a pretty dead even game with Ripley and Zombie doing the same HP.
I just hope they don't go to a hatch and just jump in and call it a day, because they've just not had themselves the best of luck with that strategy like that. But still, minute left, or 50 seconds rather. Still get to think of something to do. They're looking towards that hatch, but at least they have Zombie Dude taking a different approach through the tunnel. Position given away a little bit.
Right now, getting the diffuser down. They only had one in sight, but he's just getting taken out by Big Papa. That's going to be diffuser down on the side of St. Clair. The other two are just sitting in church, not able to help him. It's going to be Sir Headlight coming back through blue, but I don't know if you'll be able to retake the site with so many people above. The Valk trying to flank, but was just thrown off. Just has to rotate back to site. 25 seconds left in the plan, and the Maestro is just not able to get in.
Big Papa turned that corner just at the last possible second, missing. I think that would have been Ripley in that situation. Bit of a battle, and sure enough, Char's going to find one. Big Papa going to get credit for the kill. That being said, though, traded 1 for 1, but it's going to eventually be Zombie Dude who finds Sir Headlight to finish the job, and Saints are going to take the lead here in game number 2.
Yeah, an unlucky spray from Char's there, just barely missing the head of Maestro, but in the end, St. Clair taking a round, and a very good round, getting the plant down when taking advantage of Stockton not covering the site properly.
Now the small victory, if you're here for Stockton, is they get to go back to CCTV, which in the last round at least was stupid convincing in their favor. So they can regroup here and try to turn their defensive side of things around. Of course, another 2 more rounds after this before halftime. And maybe we'll have to see if they have themselves a stronger attack or what's happening here. Like, no team's necessarily running away with this as of yet, and don't get me wrong, but I'm curious to see what happens once Saints get on the defensive side of things on a map like Clubhouse that they've absolutely played to death.
Yeah, it's definitely CCTV was not their strong taking site there. They lost 3 members to 2 players sitting in rafts of garage, and then couldn't really use the hole in the wall that they made on CCTV wall. So I'm excited to see what St. Clair can come back with and see if they have a better strategy of getting into site. But overall, I think it's going to be a rough site to try and take over for St. Clair.
I see Universe back on that Legion as well, to what he was picking last time. Basically, I think he just littered the site, littered the catwalk, on with those goo mines, especially as it just continues to get more and more as the round goes on, making it super difficult to get onto the site itself. And yet, even though his gun, it's okay. He's got an okay gun from what I understand. But still able to win a lot of those duels, finding some heads and find itself some eliminations. Was able to do a successful job during the first round anyway. See if he can pick that right back up here for this 4th round back on CCTV.
Yeah, and Legion actually losing one of his longer range sights in the most recent patch, making him only have a more shorter range like the Hollow or Reflex. So a little bit of a rougher pick for him, but definitely in the hands of Universe is going to be something strong to look out for. And from the looks of it, he's sitting back in the catwalk again, just waiting for somebody to enter that garage. But it looks like St. Clair's fixing their strategy a bit. They're trying to enter through the garage lower area, but they're actually going to get the main wall open now.
And at the very minimal, they'll at least have a sight line. They may not be able to crawl through it, but they can at least see into the site. So a small victory in that regard. But another, I guess, small victory here for St. Clair is by this point in round number 1, they would have been down 2 players. So already a much slower, more cautious start. We see Big Papa basically sights on the bomb as well. It's a decent position. When do they go? They have just over a minute left.
Yeah, and these Zofia charges are actually hitting players up there, so they know someone's sitting on that catwalk. It's just a matter of where he is. The only downside of that is it concusses them. They know they're in the room, but they don't know where he is. And the Big Papa and Impact are trying to pinch him out, but the universe does have someone coming to his aid, and that's going to be Zombie Dude and Kira actually picking up both of them in a 2-for-1 as Impact goes down, but he's going to get revived. It's going to be solid actually going down to Chars, and you have full control of sight now.
A night and day difference compared to round number 1, and now they're on point to try and make this a perfect offensive run. As Char's going to get this thing planted, and it's just a matter of dealing with Ripley, and we do see Ripley is going to go down. Big Papa not going to be able to get the final blow onto him. Hanging on with about half of his health remaining. Bomb planted, it's just a matter, or diffuser planted rather, this ain't CSGO. Diffuser planted and ready to go. Char's on site, everybody else is nice and close. Ripley, where are you at?
Yeah, it's looking like it may just be around for St. Clair because I don't think Ripley has the tools that he needs. He can spray as much as he wants, but he's slowly running out of time, and St. Clair just has the long range on him. And he has 13 seconds, hits that 8-second mark. He just doesn't have enough time, and he just loses this round. And he's just gonna try his best spraying, but it's gonna be a round for St. Clair.
Doesn't even hide it either. Just spray and pray. See if I can maybe click on a couple of heads. And like as if I'm like the Terminator or something like that, but not going to quite work out this time by. That was a tall task nonetheless.
Just trying to pad the KDA, hopefully, but doesn't find anyone.
Now, Saints with a 2-point lead now. This is the first time they've gotten themselves into a position to have a 2-point lead in this entire series. As we do see Stockton University picking up the basement once again, picking up the Vigil. They're going to try this again, just did not quite have him in a position that they wanted last time by, and they're sticking to their guns unless they 6 over.
And they're actually opting go for the Wamai this time as well, so keeping those smokes and flashes from being spammed down kitchen hatch. They're hoping to get a bit more use out of it rather than just losing sight completely. But hopefully this Vigil can be a bit more useful than he was last round. He made that hole in the ceiling, but he just didn't go up there. He just cleared the hatch and then sat in kitchen and just got taken out by Kira. And just wasn't as useful as it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it basically gave the Saints an avenue to nade him, and we had seen, like, they didn't even get inside the building, and he was down to, like, a quarter health.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like this time he's actually going to take use of it and go into that logistic office there. So he may be looking to stay up there this time. And if the Saints don't drone properly, they're not going to notice the hole in the ceiling and just get picked out. It's looking like a slower start this time. Getting those drones in, make sure nobody's around kitchen, and definitely a bit harder with the Vigil up above and not being able to see him. But the Drono kitchen open up the dirt path eventually. Zombie Dude having a little bit of trouble with this, but eventually he'll get into dirt. And Big Papa actually going up above to scout out this Vigil, and he does find he's up there, which is very big for St. Clair because they now know there's a Vigil above, so they have to clear above.
And now the hunter becomes the hunted. Can he get himself into a position where he can maybe just regroup and then try to be stealthy again? And how long will Saints have the scent of his tail, so to speak? Chase him down. But even still, it looks like they're taking their time. The universe might be able to get himself into a position that he can still find himself in a good spot to sneak attack.
Yeah, they know where he is, but he's holding his ground and he's sticking there. And we'll see if St. Clair does actually push in. It looks like Kira is actually kind of rotating in. The universe has
Located by attackers.
taken his rotate hole back out into construction in case they try, and they just have full control over kitchen once again. So once again, this vigil not being that useful in the sense of doing his job and clearing this rotate from Kira.
So we have ourselves a minute left, and everybody's still alive. Matt, are you ready for a bloodbath? This is gonna get crazy.
Yeah, it seems every round when it's 5 alive, there's always something with the time. That's St. Clair likes to rush in, so definitely going to be a scrappy one. But if the vigil does actually get a flank off, this could go in the favor of Stockton very heavily.
But yeah, I feel like that'd be an operator that absolutely thrives in a chaotic environment. When the moment that you stop really thinking about him, you can see he's right there under the hatch. Someone's going to try and drone that. It does not matter. Cannot spot him.
Yeah, he's really worried that someone's going to drop above him, but they don't know. Zombie is going to start it off by finding Mito. But it's going to be Universe from above, actually finding Chars.
And he's going to get himself another.
As well. But it's only a down. He doesn't realize that he finished him off. He's not finished. And it's going to be 7 seconds. Big Papa is dropping down. Impact actually gains a fuse off while Zombie distracts him. Universe getting Kira finally. That's going to be Diffuser down. That's going to be 3 on 3. Make that 2 on 3. Big Papa and Impact caught the back of the site. Having to whip out the pistol. It's going to be a 1 on 2. One above. Dropping down 1 on 1. Can Big Papa clean this up? And he's going to be able to. That's another round for St. Clair. What a scrappy one.
The fact that they actually pulled that one off mind boggles me there, but they're able to drop down. Nobody, for whatever reason, was really covering that spot of the sites. They were all down on the other area, which, like you had pointed out, Zombie Dude was just basically spraying from the tunnel to make sure that they couldn't make the proper rotate. And Saints were able to plant that for free. Just what could have changed if one person was just sitting on the other side? But I guess also at the same time got to think about how much damage from the sledge was up above. So some solid sight lines there for St. Clair, and they were able to scrap one together quite nicely to extend their lead.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 straight rounds for St. Clair. Even if it was scrappy, a win's a win. And getting that plant down, just Zombie Dude distracting so many members by staying in that dirt, just allows Impact to get the plant down. And at the end, just nobody able to do anything about it. The Vigil may have got that kill, but he dropped hatch and just got picked off instantly by the Ash.
And we're about one round away here from halftime. Quickly want to take a look at the scoreboard while we have the opportunity. And sure enough, Zombie Dude, who had himself like a solid game number 1 nonetheless, is going to be leading the charge here across the entire game, sitting there with 7 eliminations. Big Papa and Universe going to be tied after that at 5. And then everybody else very short to follow. The only one who seems like he's having himself a bit of a quiet game is Sir Headlights. But granted, picking up the Valkyrie for pretty much all of these rounds, maybe a little bit more specifically focused towards the intel side of things. But still, especially when you have a Nitro Cell, you have the tools to get aggressive, and you just haven't been converting. Must be a rough start, to say the least.
Yeah, and definitely back-to-back games are just being rough on it. And his only kill actually being that Nitro Cell from below on, funny enough, the CCTV hole they had. And if they play it right, they have a lot of intel here with the Mozzie and the Valkyrie. And if St. Clair attempts to do what they did last time they won the CTV hold, they may be able to pull it off once again on this last round before they swap. And it's going to look like they're going to open the main wall again, opting for the mute every round, solid. And they're going to find that mute jammer.
Yeah, slowly but surely able to shark around and find this thing. And at least this game, because I remember last week, Zombie Dude definitely got ankle chopped by somebody peeking through one of these holes when he wasn't too careful. The nice adjustment from week to week to make sure that he positions himself very carefully, even if it costs a little bit more time.
Ooh,
And the
it's
first
gonna be
takedown.
big pop. Getting actually caught on catwalk, holding a long angle.
Who
But they're
else but
gonna open.
Universe, eh?
Yeah, oh, it's Universe finding these first bloods every single round. Just finding these angles that St. Clair isn't expecting and just winning the gunfights. They finally find this mute jammer on the main wall. They're able to open it and get some more vision into that catwalk with the wall opening below. They're gonna take out both Valk and default cam in there. They're gonna try and oh, it's actually Mozzie. Mozzie just wasted C4, hoping someone's gonna be there. Very big utility just throwing down. That's actually gonna be Universe finding Zombie Dude. Akira on the refrag. It's gonna be looking like another bloody fight, but that frag connects. You may actually just pick off Mozzie here. It's
Barely.
gonna damage heavily with that frag.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but Kira messing up the frag, almost killing himself there.
At least he was able to move without having to worry about getting picked off. Solid, however, finding Chars. 2 left here. Impact and Kira up against Solid, Ripley, and Sir Headlight. There is still 2 Nitro cells in play as well. And the diffuser is on the ground. Kira going to even this up, though. Solid taken off the board. No more mute in this case. Able to pick up the diffuser and start moving into the site. 16 seconds before he has to put this thing down. He's going to try the think about going for it.
Underneath him. He may not. They may not know. It's gonna go down on Kira. And he's gonna be forced to plant, but there's a Maestro cam on him, so he's gonna have to go for the kill. But in the end, it's gonna be Stockton finding their first win in 3 rounds.
What a way to stop the bleeding, and then for players like, say, Sir Headlight in this situation, maybe not necessarily finding the final kill or whatnot, but like your play definitely slowed that down considerably, forcing Saints to do a last-second dive towards the final site, and they were just waiting and ready for him. And now, with the sides switched here, Saints get the opportunity to pick up the defense for themselves. Of course, starting where else but CCTV. And I see a Ying here for Ripley. I'm curious if that's going to stick.
That's actually a very... Throwing the Ying in there may indicate they're looking for a fast and aggressive push on this, because it seems nobody's opting to take the Bandit here, so Mute's always going to be the pick for CCTV, and taking that Mute Jammer out just opens up the wall and flash, flash, flash. The site's not yours anymore.
Which is why we need then to counter with the best operator in the game, right? Warden.
Exactly. You need to find that cap can, or if only a Rooney was open, you could place one of them on one of her gadgets on the wall, but sadly she's not open for a few more months to competitive.
Yeah, next season we'll get her, but not quite yet.
Yeah, maybe. But for now, they're gonna stick with the Jaeger and hope for the best that they don't just get blinded to death.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, sure enough, the Ying does stick, so I'm curious, like you said, if it's going to be like a blitz attack kind of style, or if it's going to be more of a like a solo operative Ying. I feel like I've kind of seen both in regards to competitive play, but yet Ying is still, I feel like, not as picked as often as majority of offensive operators.
Very interesting. Universe wasting a nade just to clear at the barricade there, hoping someone's close on it. Going to throw both nades, and the ADS is going to pick it up. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're just going to Maverick trick this wall instead of looking for a mute jammer. So, very risky, but I believe it's not going to work because he hasn't taken all the metal out. And he got it now, so...
I mean, this will be a big old hole if he can actually complete this. He just has to keep himself safe in the process. Saints are definitely going to be notified about it. I like the little sight hole here, too, just to get some additional eyes on that catwalk and sight area.
They're going to have to wait for the sledge to rotate over because they didn't opt to take the Zofia for a Maverick trick, so Sledge opening the wall now, and they have direct line of sight into CCTV. But a minute 30 and nobody's even taking any damage. This is a very slow start for Stockton.
I feel like this is going to be a crazy one, especially
Yeah.
with a Yang.
Yeah, definitely finding all these angles and getting in position. Looks like a Universe is setting up for a longer angle now. And Solid's going to try and flush out this Jaeger who's rotating on the first floor. But as we hit the 50-second mark, they're actually finally going to find first blood. Solid finding the Jaeger downstairs. But does he know that there's someone sitting on catwalk? It appears that he does, but Impact's actually going to find Universe on a refrag, and Charge is going to find Mito.
All right, now or never. I want to see the fireworks, Ripley. Let's see what you got. You have 30 seconds. Solid still has diffuser in hand. Granted, a little bit hurt, a little bit worse for wear. Never mind, completely worse for wear, as he is now dead. As Zombie Dude going to take care of him. And here comes the Candelas. Can he find the spot necessary? Going to walk through the smoke, try to make something happen, going towards the stairs, but there's just so much visual diarrhea that I can't even see myself. It's going to be Sir Headlight, though. In all the madness, tries to make this plant happen, but between a Maestro turret and Kira, that is going to be a solid hold here for St. Clair.
Yeah, that's just really good out of St. Clair for punishing them for waiting so long. They came in with the smoking Candelas, but he had all 3 canisters. He just whipped on top of them, along with the Maestro Cam zapping onto the plant diffuse. It's just so hard for Stockton to find anywhere to go, and it's just a 5-2 lead.
And if Saints can pull this one around, we're probably going to be going to Game 3. Of course, that'll be on Oregon, which I know we haven't necessarily discussed a whole heck of a lot here on stream yet, but personally, I feel like if we go into Oregon, we're in trouble. So, but at the same time, it's been a little while since the last time we played on it. I'm sure JMB and the rest of the Saints squad have been trying to strat there as much as possible, considering how many teams are willing to take us to Oregon nowadays. It's just not a vanilla cafe, clubhouse, consulate kind of night here tonight.
Yeah, definitely with the rework on Oregon, making definitely a more viable and bigger map for competitive. But St. Clair setting up the defense now. They opted to take the smoke and mute again, looking for
10 seconds to go.
ways to keep them out of dirt and potentially
5 seconds to go.
upstairs, but no big roamers other than Kira on this
Attackers'
Jaeger.
objective is to locate a bomb
No
and
Vigil or Valkyrie like Stockton has been running.
Yeah, just a very defensive, calm hold here. Like you're saying, nothing too crazy, or some people say nothing too exciting, but when you're getting killed within the first 20 seconds, something exciting must have happened. And to take out Universe like that, Kira really showing up to play here on that Jaeger.
Yeah, Universe not too happy about that
bomb diffuser.
that spawn peak that Kier hit on him from, I believe may have been Construction or Kennel.
I mean, nobody's been doing it all game, so just mixing it up, throwing it out there. Like, nobody's been going for spawn peaks. Nobody's been going for runouts. If you just all of a sudden throw it out there out of nowhere, no one's going to be looking for it.
It seems like he actually may have just rushed straight into where Solid is right now and just got... But
Oh, that's fair as well.
Mito not being able to get into dirt there, his teammates not able to help him clear that mute jammer. Yeah, he's just having a rough time trying to get into dirt, not being able to clear this.
Yeah, being down a player this early is definitely going to hurt, especially since I know for this site, they would love to be able to bust open the floor as much as possible and get a bit of a down bird's eye view angle on the site itself, but they're not really going to be able to do that unless they want to use their nades.
Yeah, they finally got it. I believe it was Sir Headlight that actually may have got it for him. And now the Nomad's going to be pushing up in dirt. I don't believe they are aware of this, so...
Ooh.
Oh, I think I was Impact able to find the frag onto Solid there. And it's going to be Nomad spotted in dirt now. along with Hatch and Mito running down main stairs. With 1 minute remaining, this is looking like it's going to be a scrappy one again. 2 players down. Not much intel on the side of Stockton,
Oof.
but Impact just taking everyone out with that SMG 12. Or 11, my bad.
The little submachine gun that could. It may be tiny, but a headshot is a headshot. Does not matter in this game. Here's Meter Nemo and Sir Headlights. The last two alive here for Stockton. 30 seconds left to somehow do the 2v5. Not impossible, but improbable, absolutely. Let's see what they can do here. No, Meter Nemo probably wants to go a hole through this reinforced area if he even has any charges left. He does not, actually. So he's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. And the Sir Headlights do enough of a distraction. Meter Nemo gets one.
He gets full control of bar, but
going to try.
yeah, he's going to get caught out. Maybe not.
Oh.
Going to go in St. Clair's favor. Match point for St. Clair now.
Yeah, really good play here so far on the clubhouse. Really taking the players down nice and quickly. One more time at the gym here for the Saints should do the trick. We'll have to see. Just basically been unstoppable since they switched over to the defensive side of things. Their attack was strong as well. And I'm curious as we
I'm liking
see
the
Ella.
Ella. Very interesting. But he's going to swap it for a Legion.
Baited.
But there it is. Mito's signature 0 coming back in.
That
They go
has to
back
be
to
a
the
comfort pick.
Yeah.
But
Oh, but he's
strategically,
6
I don't see it.
Oh, he's going back to the Ella. It may possibly be. He's going to stick with it. Ripley switching from Finca to Twitch. It's going to be the Ella coming in. Very interesting to see how they're going to utilize that on this gym bedroom.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, because normally, like we were discussing a bit earlier, for sure the castle comes out to play, and then everybody else is usually pretty standard. But this Ella is definitely not standard for this site specifically or anything like that. But Big Papa's going to try and make everybody drunk, basically.
Yeah, definitely a more standard comp coming out from the side of St. Clair. With the mute, they're opting not to take the smoke this time, putting Chars on the castle and Impact staying on the mute. Big Papa are going to be sitting inside this cash room, it looks like, and keep a hold on it so they can't get control of construction. But it's interesting to see how this is going to play out with the Ella now in play.
Of course, one extra mine being able to dizzy up anybody who decides to enter that room. Granted, though, Ripley's on the Twitch. If they do spot it out, just you get the drone to shoot it for you, but it does involve spotting it out, and considering it was 6 picked over, are you ready for something you don't know that's even there?
Yeah, and actually the use of the 0 here, getting that hard breach gadget that was added, they're going to get 2 ways into this. That's going to be a double breach onto the hot tub. Actually, it's going to be all of... no, it's only 2 of aces, my mistake. But solid, getting close to this construction site. He may not be ready for this Ella who's sitting in there.
Thinking about it, gonna have to go downstairs instead. Of course, signed up Stockton University, still have plenty of time to make something happen. They don't have to be rushing in at this point. But of course, Saints looking to clean this up nice and quick here. Move on to game number 3. Of course, is Oregon.
Yeah, not too excited about the Oregon, but solid. Actually finding Kira, and it's going to be refragged by Impact. Keeping hard control of this master. And they're slowly taking out. It actually looks like they have full control of Jim now. They know where zombie dude is in bathroom. It's going to be Ripley finding Impact. And they're getting the plant down now onto Jim. And it's going to go down. St. Clair not having a way back into sight now, other than Zombie Dude, but he's getting pinched in bathroom.
This is definitely a rough spot. As soon as the diffuser's down on this site, it usually, I feel like, is not too bad for the attackers if they can get to this outside position. It's just such a good crossfire onto the diffuser location. Universe barely
Oh,
hanging on by a thread is finally going to go down. Big
Gonna
Papa.
make us a 2-on-2 now. Oh, Mito actually doing damage to Ripley, but it's not gonna matter. Mito getting the double. That's some payback for all the times Ripley's team killed him in the past game.
Oh well, Nemo finding his opportunity to stand out. I feel like I haven't said his name in a while here, so it's good for him to keep his team in the game. Of course, 6-3 now going into round number 10. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, it's definitely Zero Pick finally actually making some use out of it. It seemed in the game of Villa he wasn't able to get much out of it. St. Clair would just instantly take out his gadget and he would just go down in the next 10-15 seconds. But this time he was able to use his hard breach and get some good line of sight, and at the end picks up 2 doubles. And on the side of Stockton, they're now opting to take the Jackal, which is going to be a bit of a pain for the side of St. Clair if they want to roam.
Defenders protect your
And
bombs.
Callie coming out to play as well here for Ripley. First time we're seeing that operator take the stage here today.
Yeah, it's more of a pick that would be used as like a almost replacement for Thatcher, but nobody's playing a bandit or anything, so it's kind of just taking it out. Like, I mean, it's an easier way than the Maverick that's been seemingly a bit of a tougher time for Stockton to use. But I think that with the Collie, it may be a bit easier for them to get into sight now.
5 seconds to insertion.
I'm not sure if you, or you may know the interaction. If Ripley were to fire Callie Gadget at the door on top of a mute jammer, does it stop dead or does it blow it up?
It still blows it up, as I believe, as it's not something that can be impacted. Yeah, and it looks like it just hit the wall there, and has taken. Oh, maybe it has not taken a mute jammer. I think it may have not found it.
Definitely unlucky if that was the case, but granted, Ripley does have 3 of those shots, and I mean that big old balcony door is probably the main one anyway. As we see here, all the ace charges coming out to play, really just plow a hole through this thing. Big old hole to
really
work with now.
Going hard on this wall to get it open. And Mito's actually really close on server window. I don't think St. Clair have any IDs that close.
How appropriate would it be if Nemo could find a way to make Zero work like a stealth operative and just take everybody out by surprise from a flank? Like, I don't know, his original design or something. But Solid gonna be the first one to take any sort of significant damage. Impact got tickled a little bit, but Solid losing about a quarter of the HP.
Well, this may be actually a really hard time for St. Clair because they left open the construction, but Solid finding the spots on Jaeger. They now know he's inside of the catwalk on Garage. This may be a hard time for him, but he has impact close by. It's going to be Mito taking a lot of damage from construction. Universe finding Chars on the catwalk. It's going to be Kira following shortly after. Not Kira, but Big Papa, my mistake. That's going to be complete control over Garage. St. Clair just losing their ground. Oh, that's going to be Solid going down with Diffuser in sight. Zombie Dude finding these critical picks.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Universe is going to be able to at least pick that up. Impact still firing on all cylinders, however. 3-on-3. Make that another one here for Universe. All up to Zombie Dude and Kira to clean this one up. Sir Headlight, good time to show up, bud. Takes care of Kira, and it's going to leave Universe to find Zombie Dude. And Stockton University fighting their way back here in this one.
Yeah, definitely a lot of mistakes St. Clair's making. They're letting these small little plays get caught out, and Stockton is just taking advantage of them. And it's going to be St. Clair losing 2 straight rounds. And it seems they're opting to go back to church, one of their bigger sites they won on, but
I mean, if I'm
doesn't seem like
Stockton,
they're gonna take anything.
I'm Stockton in the situation. Even if I do end up losing this one, I still have a little bit of momentum in my head, a little momentum in the heart of sorts, knowing that hey, this would have been 7-2, but we just like clobbered them two rounds in a row. Let's get them on the next one instead of feeling like kind of down and out from it being 7-2 or something like that. So huge props to Stockton for continuing to fight on out here. This game isn't over by any means. It's a little improbable. It's going to be a little bit tough for them to obviously get back here, force this into an overtime and take it, but of course not impossible.
Yeah, definitely Stockton putting up a fight for this. They really don't want to go down in a 7-2 fashion, almost like they did to St. Clair in the first game. But Stockton opted to take that Jackal again, which was pretty big on finding where Big Papa was in garage there. It seems with everyone running around, he's going to have lots of tracks to find up on that second floor. And it may be really bad for Kira and Char's again.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
I mean,
Gonna be
this
a
is
start.
but
No, I was just gonna say it's gonna be a start for Stockton to find a way back into this game by keeping up what they're doing and having that control, especially with dirt opening now from the thermite.
I mean, some teams perform better under pressure, knowing now that you have absolutely no room for error here. If you're on the side of Stockton University, maybe a little kick in the back that they need to get moving.
Yeah, they're
And
kind of rushed with this, to be honest.
they're going quite
They already
quick,
have,
yeah.
yeah, they have Solid on main stairs and they have 2 in dirt so close. Yeah, Solid's already down at the main corridor. They're taking this round really fast, but the open hatch as well.
Definitely
Oh,
hustling. Normally
unfortunate.
when we see this site, it's not really challenged until the last 20 seconds. And it's 2
Yeah.
minutes still to go, and we're probably going to have ourselves a gunfight in a second.
By attackers.
Yeah, it's gonna be Solid getting a lot of damage put on him for pushing up, but they're finally about to open hatch as long as it doesn't get impacted. It doesn't look on the side of St. Clair they have any left unless they use a C4. That's gonna be kitchen opening. That's gonna be Zombie Dude actually taking a lot of damage, but he's gonna trade back with the Zofia. It's gonna be Solid going down to Big Papa. This is going in the favor of St. Clair now. This rush strat is just not working in their favor. And it seems they slowed down now. Big Papa actually not spotting the drone there, but the mute jammer does take it out. And they've slowed down completely at almost a halt.
Absolutely, just completely slamming on the brakes for this final minute of play. Sir Headlight, fuser in hand, kind of giving his position away a little bit, but does have his partners in a bunch of different positions. But now, with it starting to get a little bit later into the round, you can start expecting those smokes coming out. Big Papa was getting ready to get started, but actually throws one out, and now he's downed. Don't know, I think that was Mita Nemo who did manage to get the shot onto him from below.
Yeah.
Solid job in that regard.
They weren't expecting them to be inside the moto there, but Mito not being able to find anyone, and Big Papa is just giving them information while he's downed.
How
It
he
looks
got
like
away
he's
with
gonna
that.
finish him off, and he knows he's behind bar, but Mito just gained 2, and they're gonna go for the plant instantly.
50 seconds.
St. Clair not being able to respond. It's gonna be Mito going down to Kira. Bomb goes down. Ripley drops hatch. He's gonna find the Frygon Zombie Dude. Barely missing. He's gonna actually take out
Ripley.
Charles in a 1v2 now. Ripley coming in clutch.
Oh my goodness, this match is all down to Kira to see if he can finish this off right here, right now. Wonder where in the world is he in this situation. Ripley and Sir Headlight.
Actually, trying to flank here on Sir Headlight. Take one out. And it's gonna be a one-on-one.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
Oh,
Attackers
this
But he
need to protect
Kira doesn't have has complete sight here. He has no way in. It's gonna actually just be Kira getting to defuse possibly. Oh, it's gonna be Kira getting
Oh!
the triple kill on the clutch, but he does not have enough time, I believe.
Oh, this is
to
going to be
defuse
close.
it. gonna be milliseconds. And it's gonna be St. Clair actually getting the round on 0.4 seconds.
Defenders win.
Oh
My God.
my goodness. How does he keep doing this? Kira with the clutch to finish things off. That was milliseconds away from going off. And Saints are going to steal this one by the skin of their teeth. Granted, they were pretty dominant in the first little bit, but there was definitely some momentum there for Stockton University. As we quickly throw it back over to ourselves here at the commentary desk. But a huge game 2 for St. Clair.
Yeah,
you can tell that
definitely.
this was a much more comfortable place for them to play at.
Yeah, it definitely seems Clubhouse is maybe one of the more practiced ones they have. They felt really comfortable on that defense round. The attacking round's a bit slow, but I feel they caught them out when they needed to. Stockton not able to properly hold it and attack like they wanted to. That final round just going the way it did, being milliseconds from going in favor, but uh, definitely in favor of St. Clair.
It was one of those moments where I'm in such awe, I just shut up and I watch, which I know as a commentator you're not supposed to do, but it was so close. I'm just in absolute awe. But we're going to have to quickly hop to this 5-minute break here so we can get the lobby all set up and good to go. Of course, we're going to Oregon, game number 3 for the final matchup. The decider between Stockton University and St. Clair College is going to be right around the corner. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.